Here we have the droid. This is in the prequels. This is the prequels of Star Wars. This is the droid carrier. This is the thing that the Separatists, the Separatists used to carry their droids. I don't know what it's called. I'll have the name on screen here. I think it's like maybe it's a YT. Over here on the top, we can see we have these one by one round plates. Those are supposed to be turrets. Over here, we can see we have the dish, the antenna, like communication. Back here, I have a couple of cannons. We have a nice, cool little design. Sorry about that. Nice little design down here with some 1x2 slopes and 1x1 slopes down here, G slopes. And they have these grid patterns. These grid pieces here. Sorry about that. You can see I have some black pieces. I'm not sure what those supposed to represent, but those are to hold the front end here to this. These pieces here. I use 1/4 of these weird slope pieces, and then I have pins in them, and then I attach the other 1/4 to the underside. These black pieces hold this together. You can see we have a nice mixture of dark gray and light gray. Looks pretty interesting. Here's the underside. We have a bit of a communication antenna here thing. You can see we have the bar. If we take that off, we can see we have the connecting point for this, the middle part to this, as we can see there. I have some pins and a 1x like that. It's really cool. This is really amazing. I think this is really cool. Off its stand, it looks pretty amazing and pretty interesting. But yeah, you need a stand to hold You need a stand to hold up some of this. This one in particular, you need a stand because of this part down here. This is the fighter carrier from the Rebels TV show. On the top here, just like we had with the other spaceship, we have the droid carrier. We have a bunch of turrets. These are the rounded plates, 1x1s. I'm using my Bricklink terms there. It's like the digital building site where you build a mock. Control tower here with the grid piece and a bunch of 1x1 clear squares there. Over here we can see we have 1x1 cheese slopes. The back here we can see we have the 5 engines. We have the big large cone engine there. A bunch of the smaller ones, which is 2x2 round bricks. We have a bunch of clear orange pieces, really nice. You can tell here these ones are the studs are facing that way. These ones, the studs facing that way. I think it's really cool. You can also see we have these 1x1 with the grids, 1x1 bricks with the grills built in. It's really cool. Over here you can see we have some spring-loaded launcher pieces here. Those are not those are the launchers for the spring-loaded launchers. It's really hard to tell on the inside, but it's hard to tell. But you can see there's these blue lights. Those are like the shield generators for each one of these to prevent fighters from flying in and fighters to fly out. Over here you can see we have another cockpit or the little turret mount. I'm not sure this is maybe this is the control tower for the fighters. I'm not sure. We have a nice silver grill facing that way. Really cool. I think it looks really cool. Kind of see inside. It's a little bit dark. I like it. It's very nice. We also have some 1x1 silver pieces. I think these might be turrets too. I'm not sure. I just built. But the next spaceship we have here is a cargo carrier. I have a funny feeling I've seen these somewhere before, or some sort of similarity with this somewhere. I've seen it before somewhere, but I don't know. But I'm calling this my own design just because I don't remember what, and I'm pretty sure I'm just mistaking myself. But anyways, these are cargo carriers. You can see here that we have the 2x4 tan bricks here. These are actually the cargo containers. See, this one doesn't have some in it. You can tell. That's really cool. I love these. These are really awesome. We can see the control room here. We have a 1x1 cheese slope, and then we have a golden grill here, and then a 1x1 tile round right here, clear, dark clear, I guess. Here's the back view. Kind of see the underside there. Really cool. You can see what the parts I use there. Can't tell. I like the nice little silver pieces here. Really cool. Those could be turrets. The front here has some cool lights on it. Looks really nice. I love the slope. It really looks... These definitely look really cool. I like them. They remind me of actual real-life boats, but, they're in space. Really cool. I love... Now, in my universe, I think these things, there's a one long corridor that attaches to all the boxes. It's just that when you remove the box, it looks like there isn't a corridor, so, yeah. I think it's really cool. Nice, small, little, simple build. The next one we have, these are kind of this is kind of like a Venator, but a souped-up version of one. The pillar here is supposed to be black, but I need the pieces for something. Over here we have turrets, just like the other ones. We have the dark red stripe. We have a nice grill, 1x2 pieces moving upwards. We have the nice clear pieces here. We have a nice design back here. You can see these ones are actually attached. Normally they just have like normally these are like over the edge, like this is not here. It's like this, but in this case it's attached. Over here in the back we can have this nice looking design. Oops. Over here we have the engines. They look really cool, I think. They're not rounded, which is pretty interesting. Over here we have the nice back open area. This could be turrets or a lookout area, I'm not sure. Over here on the underside, we have a hole for the fighters to fly in and out. We have some more turrets underneath. We have a giant laser cannon here. Really cool. Nice little design here. I'm not sure why I did. I just think it looks really cool. I love the thin area here, the nice slope. It looks really cool. It's pretty lightweight. You can fly around with it. There's a black streak on the underside here, and then there's, like I said, there's one over here. So it looks like that. I'm not sure the name of this, like black streak, black arrow. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name of this, but I think it looks really cool. Here we have the nice golden streak. It interchanges, which is really cool. We have the nice control tower. An interesting design there. It looks really weird. You can see we use the 1x2 slow pieces with all the tile 1x1 plate clear here. We have the plate 1x1. We have the plate 1x1 round, and then over here the tile 1x1 round. So yeah, the tile has a flat. By the way, the tile has a flat surface. Over here we have some more cannons, but they're actually the same color, so it kind of blends in. Over here we have like the gun deck. This is where you would shoot all the guns. On this side, we actually have windows. It's kind of on the tab. You can see some golden windows. Looks really cool. The back here, we have a nice look at the back. Here we have the engine round design there, like using the cup here. On the underside here, we can see we have a nice blue and the white there. Pretty interesting design there. I like it. I love using the gray for like the interior, like where the fighters are flying out. It looks really cool. Like I said, this is the Impaler. This is what you would use to brute your way through a fleet. These are the same class. Like these are about the same. Like they're actually about the same size. This one's actually a little bit larger with the engines. The same length when it comes to bricks. Like if you don't include the engines, it's about the same. Actually, this one's longer because it has the little piece right there. So it actually is longer. This view right here. It kind of reminds me of a Star Destroyer, like half of a Star Destroyer. We're going to move on to the smaller stuff now. So let's jump into it. Here we have a couple of Mandalorian Gauntlet fighters. These are extremely tiny. These blues represent the engines, which the engines on this one over here. I couldn't really get the spinning part of it, but I think it still looks really cool. These are really high up, which I just think it's kind of. These are really high up compared to like the these. They're really high up. I mean, I guess high up, but they're higher up than they are. You might be seeing this in the background. This is Darth Maul's Gauntlet, the black and red one. There you can see I use the antenna there. Oops, sorry. I use the antenna there to make that a little longer. You can kind of see how I did that there. A bit sloppy, but it's really cool. Love using the clear rod. The base is very small. These things are really hard to stand because I didn't use a big enough plate. But over here we have kind of a unique little style, I think. We have here Star Trek. This is a my custom version of what a Star Trek Enterprise would look like. I guess you can say Enterprise. You see here that it's kind of bulky. Here I used some tiles here to make it look a bit thicker and add some cool detail. That's how I did it. So I did this. Did that. Really cool. I added these studs underneath here on that hole there, on those holes. Over here you can see I made the connection to the engines a lot thicker with these curved Technic pieces. Over here the gray is actually the cargo hold where you would store stuff. You see. Over here you can see I have these red pieces. These kind of are, I don't want to say these are warp engines, but like they're, I don't know, I think I made a mistake putting those red engines in there. I just realized that now. I guess the warp engines are more like right here than here, but I don't know, maybe like it's 2 in 1. But these are the warp engines and the main engines. Over here it's definitely the back there, which is really cool, the design with that curve. Here you can see the dish. I used some 4x4 wedge pieces, and then like 1x4, I guess 2x4, I guess 1x4, what are they called? Wedge? I guess these are also wedge pieces? Slope. I mean, these are wedge. I guess these are also wedge pieces. These are also wedge pieces here, 1x4s. I guess they're 2x4s, but like they have that cut in there. It's, because it's a wedge. This also gives out the cool design right there of it over the edge. I like it very much. You can see I used gray 1x2 to hold addition place, like so. I added a blue piece to it, and I think it looks kind of cool. Over here, you can definitely tell I added a stud shooter here. It doesn't actually fire. Like, I guess you could fire it, but there's no way to reach the mechanism to fire it. Definitely adds a cool little thing. I also added some blue studs here. These are like the warp. I don't know what these are, but... And you stick it here on this stand. This stand actually has a little extension here, which I'll tell you what it is for a minute. You stick it about this stud right there, 2 away from this. You stick it there. Sometimes it takes a minute to figure this out. I don't know why I can't attach it. There we go. It attaches. You attach it, and then this little extra pill, you can actually stick whatever you want. But that's actually mostly to hold out Darth Maul's Mandalorian Gauntlet fighter. I think it looks really cool having the two of them next to each other. You could probably put it a bit closer, like so. And this is going to give you the idea that they're together, which they kind of are. I would say the captain in charge of this. This is his private little fighter. It's like someone flying it next to his. Preparing for a mission, I guess, maybe? That's why it's out. I think it looks really cool. It's probably obviously not to scale, but... So here we have one of the last of the bigger builds here. Here we have a Corvette, I believe. Or this is a frigate. I'll have the name on screen here with an image of the actual thing. This is really cool. I think it's my own little custom design. I like the color scheme of it. It's the actual thing, I think, but it's different colors. It still has some dark red on it. One of the major things is over here you actually have a bit of a play function. You can remove this to simulate the escape pod. I think I used a different stand for this, or I really should use a bigger stand for this. I honestly recommend you use 2x2s to hold this up because this can be a bit wobbly. I guess maybe it's my parts, but yeah, over here you have these antennas which represent the guns. I think it's really cool. I love the curved design here. It looks really impressive. Over here we use the 1x2, obviously trans light green piece, I guess. Underneath we have a bunch of 1x studs representing the underside of the turrets. On top here we have some golden grill pieces for some cool little design there. The engines are definitely very bulky, and I think you can tell how I did that right there. Definitely impressive, and definitely something that's definitely hard to defeat. And if you knock out probably 2 of these engines, there's the one's big enough that it could probably power this thing for a while. This definitely is a bit more of a souped up version, like a souped up muscle car. Maybe more like a soup up Corvette. More like soup up. It's more this design. I think is with the bigger engines. It's more like a souped up. What's that car called? I don't know what that car is called now. I forgot the name. It's basically the old 1980s, 90s family car. Maybe an image of it on screen, maybe, or I don't remember the name of it. It's like a van. I think it looks very, really impressive. These are all Z95 headhunters, which I think is really kind of cool. We pretty much these are all the same, so I'll only go over these two. Actually, just this one. This one here is we have here the captain. He is the captain, or I guess he's the main commander of the squadron. I love the orange and the red. That really pops out. I wish I did more of those cool colors, but I guess maybe I want to have a bit more of a unified squadron instead of like a bunch of different colors. Plus, also it's a bit of parts. It was really a pain to design these because I need to have enough to make like 6 of them, and then I swapped out the colors too because I believe I didn't have enough to make all 6. So yeah. Obviously here we can see how I've done the engines with a 2x3. Top view, it looks pretty cool. I guess from different angles it doesn't look that impressive, but it does kind of get the job done. The rest uses a 1x1 cheese cut slope here. I use a trans blue one here. On top we have a white little spot. This is actually a turret for the other person. Here we have a bit of a cool little logo. Actually, I'm not sure what that's for. It's kind of different between different versions. Generally, this is a grid piece, but I didn't have enough of them, so I use these 1x2 tile pieces. And I put this one with a little butts in there for some reason. This little jumper here. This jumper. I just maybe I ran out of pieces, I guess. I do think it still looks really cool. You can definitely tell here I use a 1x1 slope with this cut right here. 1x2 here for the down edge. Over here you can see I use some foot-fire missiles as the cannons. We have some 1x2 clips there. I think this looks really cool. This is just very tiny and very easy to make. I use a 1x6, by the way, for the main body. Like I said, that there are 6 of them. They're all identical. Some of them are a little bit different. Like the position of the grid piece here could be on this side, and I definitely does think it adds a bit of different variety if you have that. I do recommend if you make a squadron like this, do different colors. Maybe like have like have like 3 of them, or maybe just 2 of them, different colors, and like position them like here or like here. Just kind of mix it up. Maybe have some of the pieces swapped out with different colors to kind of give it a more vibrant feel to it. I think it will look really cool. Over here we have the Bomb Squadron, or just from the movie Star Wars 8. This is just really simple. You can just tell how I did this just by looking at it. The other ones use, of course, plates. I think these look really cool, and these are definitely going with the big fighter carrier here. The next thing is a bunch of Ewings. And these are really cool because I did the color swap. What I did here was lost a plate for this stand. Here's kind of a closer look at a Ewing design that I made. I definitely think it looks very impressive. Definitely really cool. And these are definitely a lot bigger than the others by the fighter standards. The green, which has a cool Ninjago sticker piece there from Lloyd's bike at one set. I think it looks kind of cool. Adds a bit of flavor to it. By the way, there's a clear piece right here with a slope on top of it. It's hard to kind of tell. A bit easier in this set. You can see that there. It's a 1x1. Really impressive. Really cool. I think this is really amazing. Like I said, I'll probably do a separate video about showing off the fighters. And the last 2 things on my thing. One of them is this. This actually looks a lot like a bat, which I think I'm going to call it the bat. It looks really impressive. It definitely does look like a bat. What it does is that this is actually a transport. This is more like a shuttle. This is more like a fighter shuttle kind of. It's a shuttle meant to be in the outer rim with other fighters and support. It's really impressive and definitely has these big cannons on it. The wings are really impressive. This kind of reminds me of the Bad Batch, their ship. Over here you can definitely tell I did the engines. Really bad design, I think. I think done right it would look really cool on a bigger model, but on here it doesn't look that good. It's really impressive. It's a 3x4. I use, of course, 2x3s down below. You can see how I put those there. It's definitely an illegal Lego trick what I did. It's actually kind of hard to tell. Let me remove this. It's kind of hard. I put it between some studs like so. It's kind of hard to see because it's all black, but I put it between studs, which is kind of illegal, I think, but you guys can actually comment down below if you guys think that's illegal. 3x3, 3x4, I put the studs in between one another. So yeah. Really cool. If you're wondering how I did this, I just used a normal 1x1 stud on the side like so. Like that. And then I had a clear 1x1 round tile piece. So yeah. The last thing on this list is the communication station. This is, I guess, where the fleet is heading or passing by. This is a communication station. This is a quick little build that I made. The stand was golden when I had it, but I needed to use it for something else. You use the 4x2 by 5 or 6 cylinder pieces, 2 of them. You can see I used a 2x2 round with some 1x1 orange pieces. I have this little extension, this little party, which is a part of the station to actually hold it up so you can see the engines. You see how I made the stand there. You can see how I did the top. It looks a bit greveling, but it still looks kind of clean. I think it looks definitely really cool. It's a really nice little build to have in your background of a fleet or a space station or a space build. And there it is, my fleet. This is a large mock, and I really messed up by taking too long to record. I am sorry for that. Please forgive me. I messed up a lot of other things I had planned. Anyways, though, the point is, it is done. The fleet is very impressive and very huge. I actually broke a couple of parts when it comes to the X-Wings here. That's actually broken. That's why it doesn't have a flip-fire missile on it. So that was very sad. Really impressive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, sorry if it's really long, but yeah. I don't have a card for showing off the start of the video like I did. I have to remake that because I lost it. But to watch my Fortnite video if you want to learn more about that. But thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, please subscribe, and I'll be praying for you. Bye.